Here's how to build this super easy 1 emerald villager trading hall for Minecraft Bedrock edition. First of all, when building this trading hall, make sure to build it at least 100 blocks away from every other village. That also means 100 blocks away from every other iron farm and villager breeder. Now the first thing that you want to do is to decide how many villagers you want to have in this trading hall. I want to have 3 villagers in my trading hall, and that means I have to put down 4 posts, so the amount of villagers plus 1, and they should be spaced like this. By the way, of course, you can add villagers later if you want to. So as you can see, I have 3 slots in between these posts for my 3 villagers. Next, you want to go to the back side of the entire thing, and there you want to place solid blocks like this, 2 behind every post that you place down. In between of these blocks, you want to place upper slabs in all these positions. Just by the way, you can take any kinds of blocks and any kinds of slabs for this trading hall. This depends on you and whether you want to have it functional or aesthetic. Then we're gonna add 2 more layers on top of the blocks, and once you finish doing that, you also want to place 2 blocks above the slabs as well, so you have 3 blocks of height in all positions. And now that we got the blocks at the backside placed, you want to go to the front side again and add some crossbars in this position. I recommend using the same blocks that you used for the posts, so it looks nice and aesthetic. Now in every single of these cells at this block, you want to place a torch, so you have a light source and no hostile mobs will spawn and accidentally kill your villagers. As the next step, what we're gonna do is to go to our first cell, and there dig down 2 blocks in these positions and make it 3 blocks long, so you have a 3x2 hole like this. Then you want to repeat this for the other cells as well. Of course, if you have more cells than me, do it for every single of your cells. Then at the back side, so at the last block of this hole, you want to place a piston. Make sure that it faces upwards and not to the front like this, so upwards like that, and do this for all holes again. And then in front, you want to place 2 redstone dust pieces, again for all slots. Next, take some blocks of your choice and place them in these positions. So make sure to leave open the block above the piston so it can extend later. Then, at the first block, you want to place a lever. And once you go ahead and flick the lever, you will extend the piston. If this is not the case, then you messed up the redstone. At this point, a really nice thing to do is to take your block palette that you decided to use and change up some of the floor blocks of the area around the farm. As you can see, it looks pretty nice and will give you that extra aesthetic look. And another thing that you can add are some leaves at the side of the villager trader. This will further improve the looks of it. Next thing that you want to do is to go into one tunnel and then dig out these 2 blocks. Now you will have to sneak in order to fit through that gap, and then connect all of the other cells to that tunnel, and this will be the tunnel where the zombie will live in later. That will zombify the villagers and will allow us to heal the villagers and to get perfect trade. But before we put in the zombie, we will put in the villagers first. And how you do this is very simple. You just have to create a track of minecart rails to your next villager breeder or village or iron farm, so the next source of villagers, and start by minecarting 1 villager to your villager trading hall. You want to push that minecart into its slot and break the minecart so the villager sits nice on top of the piston like this. As you can see, it can escape to the backside because there is a 1.5 blocks gap where the villager can't fit through. And now in the front side, what you're gonna do is to place the working station that you desire in this position. Now there's a number of useful villagers and you have to decide which villager type you want to have in your trading hall. That means you can use any type of working station as well in this villager trading hall. I always recommend the lectern because later you will have the chance to trade all kinds of enchantment books. Once you got that working station set down, you want to go up to the top of the roof. You want to put a solid block above the villager, and then you want to put a bed on top of the roof right above the villager. Then go ahead and flick the lever right here, and the villager should sooner or later start to connect with the bed and the working station, as you can see. Once that is the case, and really just then, you can take the second villager to this villager trading hall and repeat the entire process. By putting them in their slots one by one, we make sure that they're connected to the right working station that you desire and also the correct bed that is above them. Otherwise, you just have a villager mess and no trading hall. Now, once you got all the villagers in their spot and made sure that they're connected to the working station in front of them, then you have the possibility to lock trades. This is important especially for librarian villagers, because as you can see, they will trade the enchantment books, but you might not like the enchanted book they trade. Fire Aspect is not that good of an enchantment, so what you can do is to break the working station and replace it, so the villager will refresh the trades. As you can see, now it doesn't trade any enchanted book at all, so repeat this one more time and let's see. And now this is what I'm talking about. Sharpness 2 is probably an enchantment that you like, so you can now go ahead and lock the villager by just trading with the villager like this, and now all the trades are locked in place. You can do this for all the villagers if you want to. This is important because they will refresh their trades when they are zombified. So if you have a good enchantment that you don't want to lose, you definitely want to lock the trades. And now we're gonna care about the zombie. The first thing that you want to do in order to get the zombie in place, and you can do this at day, is to break some blocks in this position so you have access to the tunnel. Then what you want to do is to create a minecart track, and it should look like this and should go all the way out, and then place a minecart on top of that track. And now you just have to wait until it's night, and now you just have to lure a zombie to the villager trading hall and make it sit in the minecart like this. Then you can push it all the way down into the villager trader like this. Then take out an anvil and also a name tag and rename the name tag to whatever you want to. Then what you're gonna do is to name the zombie with that name tag, and this will ensure that the zombie will never despawn. Also, at this point, it is very important to have your game on the difficulty hard. Otherwise, villagers might die in the process of zombification, but on hard mode, this will never be the case. And now if you want to, you can wait until it's day again. Now what we're gonna do is to remove the minecart track right here, but we're gonna leave it in the tunnel. At one end, you wanna place down a powered rail and also a redstone torch next to it. And at the other side, you want to place a powered rail as well. But there you don't want to place a redstone torch next to it, because here you want to have a piece of redstone dust next to the powered rail and then a lever above the entire thing. Then close up the rest of the tunnel again, of course replace the blocks that you broke, and now when you flick the lever, what should be the case is that the zombie should minecart from one end to the other end and all the way back. You can deactivate this if you want to just by flicking the lever. At this point, your villager trader is ready to use, and if you just want to trade normally, you can go ahead and do this. But if you want to have perfect 1 emerald trades, this is what you want to do. First of all, you want to check that you are in the difficulty hard. This is very important, otherwise villagers might die. Then I recommend having a chest nearby where you put all the splash potions of weakness and golden apples into that you're gonna need for zombification and healing. Now we're gonna need 1 potion and also 1 golden apple for 1 cycle. First of all, you want to go to the backside and activate the minecart trail, so the zombie will travel around and will be able to hit all the villagers in this trading hall. Then you want to flick the lever in front of the villagers that you want to have the discount on. As you can see, the zombie will kill the villagers and will zombify them. Then you want to flick the lever again, and now throw a potion of weakness onto that zombie villager and give it a golden apple. Now here's a simple trick to insta-heal the zombie villagers. Just save and quit your game and go back into the world. Now let's see, and as you can see, we insta-cured the villagers like this. And now we have the discount at all our trades. We're now able to trade the Sharpness 2 book for only 1 emerald and a book, and we also have the discount on all other trades. And by the way, this also accounts for all the other villagers. The discount is not that strong, but as you can see, we have 2 gold instead of 3, and right here we have only 5 pumpkins instead of 6. And if you want to have an even higher discount, just repeat the zombifying and healing process, and this will give you the perfect traits for your villager trading hall. Now at this point, I hope this tutorial helped you for your survival world. If it did, please don't forget to subscribe. I always appreciate your support. And then I hope we see us again in the next video. See ya!